Hi folks, I am telling you a story today from the living room. I know I rarely record from here, but I'm going to change things up for you. Now look, I have 3 stories today, and they have to do with overhearing interesting conversations, being told unique stories, and observing things that you would probably not see anywhere else except in San Francisco. So these are 3 reasons, basically, 3 stories why you should move to San Francisco, okay? First one. I'm on the Caltrain. I hang down in Menlo Park, and there's this guy on the phone. He's talking to his girlfriend, his fiance, and he's trying to convince her, like, why they should move here. And he's like, we're going to have to get a car, and then, we're going to do gas, and there'll be insurance, and there'll be the car payments. And so he's like, then we can't get, like, a, really nice place to start off with. We'll have to get a cheap place, like between $1,000 to $2,000. Now, I know you may be saying, $1,000 to $2,000? For per month for an apartment? That's expensive, right? In a lot of states, that will pay for an entire mortgage for a house, a nice house with multiple bedrooms. I know. My rent in Minnesota was like $630, so I hear you on this, folks. I know. Yeah, so they were talking about that on the phone, and then he's like, and then I'll have a job, and then when you get a job, if you're making 40 or 50,000, we'll be able to cover living here. And I just thought, how many times has the same conversation gone on between 2 people who are in love and, they want to improve their lives, they want to move like into the next phase, they want to move out to San Francisco. And I could only guess that he was in high tech. He did not share like what he did in this conversation, but it was loud enough for everybody to overhear, basically. This is very interesting. Okay, story number 2. Coming back from Menlo Park, I was really tired today too. Too much wine yesterday. Too much good wine. I did not get off at the right stop. I was supposed to get off at Millbrae so I could transfer from Caltrain to BART. But instead, I got off at Burlingame. There's no BART station there. The nearest one is a couple of miles away. So unfortunately, I had to pay costly mistake and pay for a taxi. But I got to enjoy a really interesting story. The taxi driver, his mom is from Minnesota. And then when I mentioned that Bluey had passed away, he ended up telling me this very interesting story. So his mom is from Holly, Minnesota. When they would get ready to go to the city, they'd go to Fargo, North Dakota. And then when he was little, the kids would tease him about his basset hound, Humphrey. Humphrey's testicles would drag on the ground. And so kids would tease him. And I said that was like the most specific thing I've ever heard kids tease about, right? Oh, your dog's balls are dragging on the ground. Really? Really? So, that just shows that people will like pick on it doesn't even need to be anything that's like justifiably wrong. They will make something up, like you always have sandwiches with your lunch. Just think about this, okay? All right, story number 3. Then I get back, get off at the 24th Street BART, because that's the one closest to where I live. And I head over to the Chinese little restaurant. You can get, takeout, whatever. I picked up, they have this little thing of chow mein. It's like $3. I'm like, yes. There's this guy in there, and he's like, I want the complaint off the wall. And he's obviously intoxicated. He reeks of alcohol. And I just want to correct him that there are not complaints on the wall. What's usually on the wall is a certificate from the health department. That's what's on the wall. You have to write a complaint and send that in to the health department. But anyway, so he's all like, blah, blah, blah. So when I'm checking out, I'm like, do you have a problem with the food here? I was like, I eat here all the time. He's like, yeah, I ate here and I threw up. And I said, well, that could be from all the alcohol. You may want to consider that as a source of being ill. Okay, obviously I know it's useless to argue with an alcoholic, but I just couldn't help myself, right? It leave these nice people alone, okay? Anyway, so those are just a sampling of stories. They all happened today. I want to share with you because I get so many emails and questions about moving to San Francisco, and I try to answer as many as I can. I'm working on a series. I think I kind of released one, but now I have this bigger idea. I want to do like a really cool video series of moving to San Francisco. I want to go and cover the different neighborhoods and talk about transportation and how to find a place to live and, getting used to San Francisco, like even the weather. Whew. All right, but yeah, so that's what I want to share, and I hope that it brightens your weekend. Otherwise, I hope your weekend's going really well, and I'll see you guys later this week. Bye.